Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Stable video, and in this video I have my favorite spoiler video that comes around every single year, the Equestrian Festival spoiler video. I cannot lie, out of all the festivals we get throughout the year, this has got to be my favorite, and we have a bunch of fun spoilers this time, so let's get straight into it. This is probably the biggest spoiler video I've ever made. We're getting bouncy horses with the Equestrian Festival. We're gonna be getting Sabine's horse for sale, and we're just gonna be getting a bunch of cool co-colors and more. So let's kick it off with the roadmap. Then we have a SSO spoilers video as well coming right after that. So let's get straight into it with the next up in Jorvik roadmap. So the festival begins on April 1st, which is next week. It may be April 1st, but this is no joke. The Equestrian Festival is back. We welcome you a stylish event with prestigious competition, beautiful festival horses, both old and new, and a bouncy horse. There was also a strange mascot, Mick Horse, who unfortunately seems to be too committed into its job. Okay, maybe there's a bit more humor than normal amongst the prestige after all. So, in the first update, we are going to be getting the Equestrian Festival back, all the old horses from the Equestrian Festival, and four new horses, and then a bouncy horse. We are going to dive into what this bouncy horse means and spoilers on what it looks like, a new race with the bouncy horse. We're going to get into that with the spoiler video after the roadmap. That's really cool, so can't wait to talk about that. Looks like we're going to be getting a new character called Mick Horse. We don't really know what that means, but it looks like it's going to be like a new like mascot slash NPC. And then also whether the festival visitors race around with friends, tackle championship races in our new championship rank season, or just quietly dress up their horse in stylish gear, everyone is welcome. We are also retelling the first two parts of Sabine's festival quest this week. So, we're going to be getting new championship rank season, which I'm also going to be spoiling in this video. So, again, wait for the spoiler video. And then there's also going to be some new sets. Again, going to spoil some new sets in the video later. And then also, if you want to see the other, like, I don't know, like 8 sets we might be getting in the Equestrian Festival, check out my other spoiler videos I've posted amongst the past, like, 2 weeks. And you'll see a bunch of tax set spoilers there that you can go ahead and watch. And then we are also getting the first two parts of Sabine's festival quests. If you didn't know, there's four total quest lines. And then on the second week of April 8th, we have Scoops and Legacies. The Jorvik Gazette journalist Emaine is back and looking to get the scoop on the Equestrian Festival. We also reintroduced an old legendary competition that used to be hosted at the Jorvik stables many years ago. We welcome the Shining Stars Legacy Race. On top of the new content, more activities from previous years return, including the third and fourth parts of Sabine's festival quests. This will be the last year that these quests make an appearance at the festival. It's also time to introduce another batch of horses to the new tax system, ensuring they can join in all the festival fun outfits. It's time for the American Paint Horse, Cell Francais, and the Hanoverian to be added. So it looks like we're going to be getting a quest of a journalist coming to the Equestrian Festival. So that looks like that's going to be like a journalist quest, and we're going to go take notes for them and stuff. Then we're also going to be getting a new race that Star Stable had at the Equestrian Festival a long time ago called the Shining Stars Legacy Race. And then we are also going to be getting the third and fourth part of Sabine's festival quests. And if you didn't know, these quests, the same quests, have been repeating like 5 years in a row. And I have like 4 versions of Sabine's tax set. So it's about time they kind of like shut it down and like introduce something new because it's getting pretty repetitive. I feel like instead of just taking the quest away, I feel like they should take away the first through fourth part, and instead of just removing Sabine from the festival, like in all, I feel like they should add in like a fifth part, a sixth part, and like add in one new part every year. I feel like that's a more better way of doing that, but as long as they're adding in more stuff that's interesting, I don't really mind. And then we are also getting the American Paint Horse, Cell Francais, and the Hanoverian in the new tack system, so they can now wear all tack in the game, so that is very nice. Next up, we have quiz and classes on April 15th. This week is a great one for learning and training, both mind and body. We welcome Sandy, our quiz master, in her horse quiz. For those looking to get moving, the festival now offers a daily riding class of various difficulties. Even mascots need to move, and Jenica would like some help and a mick horse to stretch those legs. Welcome this totally calm and proper race for a relaxing experience. Maybe this is a great race to get to know the Swedish warm blood coat variation that has permanently joined Jorvik. So we're going to be getting horse quizzes, as you know, on Star Stable's 10th birthday. We got horse quizzes with that. And so it looks like they're going to be adding that to the Equestrian Festival now. And then it looks like we are going to be getting a new race. And it says the Swedish Warmblood Coat variation. So that's telling us it is going to be a Horses of Jorvik race. And if you don't know what a Horses of Jorvik race, it is a race that stays in the game for like around a month and then leaves until it comes back again in like a few years. And only specific horses can go in it. They usually limit it down to like three specific horses that can do that race. So this is probably going to be a Horses of Jorvik race, where the Swedish Warmblood is going to be one of the horses that you can use in the race. So that is probably what that update means. And then finally, on April 22nd, we have the final festival fun. The Question Festival is wrapping up for now, and the last week brings mischief. Someone is taking and eating all of Ferdinand's tasty fruits. Can someone help him find the culprit? While it's the last year of Sabine's quest in the Equestrian Festival, she knows she has a dedicated fan base out there. Maybe a cosplay could be in order with horse and all. So that is telling us right there her horse is probably going to be on sale for all riders to buy, which is going to be so nice because I'm obsessed with Sabine's horse. And I think that's so nice. And also, we do have some spoilers saying we are going to be getting a fire horse with the Equestrian Festival. So I'll share that with you after we watch the spoiler video. So there's just so much to talk about. So there is the roadmap and what we are going to be getting and all the updates. Also, I forgot to talk about this, but someone's taking and eating Ferdinand's tasty fruits. That is probably going to be a quest we're going to be getting on the last week. But yeah, that is a lot of stuff we're going to be getting with the Equestrian Festival. And of course, we're going to be getting all the races back, including dressage, all the jumping and cross country races in Moreland and Jorvik stables. And then all the returning horses are coming. Of course, all the old sets are coming back, along with a bunch of new sets. Like I said, if you want to see a bunch of sets, that I'm not going to include in the spoiler video because I already did a video on it. So what's the point? But if you want to go see those sets, look at my previous spoiler videos to get some insight on that. But without further ado, that is a bunch of stuff we're going to be getting. So let's hop straight into the spoilers now. Okay, so we're going to kick it off with a SSO secrets video. Okay, so here's the first outfit. My guess is this is not going to be coming out with the Equestrian Festival. I think this is going to be coming out with the Marching Gast, which they're going to be releasing the third and fourth update after the Equestrian Festival. So this is probably like a Blight themed set that we're going to be getting for Marching Gast later this year. Okay, so this is a nice black and white set that's probably going to be coming out with the Equestrian Festival. I love the hoodie, so probably going to be picking up a few parts of this set. Looks great. I love the black and white theme. Great job. I also love it on this Swedish warm blood. I feel like it just fits in. Okay, so here's the next set. It honestly looks very nice. I feel like it's just kind of like all over the place and it doesn't really go together that well. So probably won't be buying this, but this is either going to come out with the Equestrian Festival or in like a random shop in Fort Pinta as the shirt says Pinta. This is a very nice set. Okay, so here's what looks like the pink version of the green and yellow set we just had. So this also might be in the Equestrian Festival with the green and yellow set, but it also could go in a Fort Pinter shop with the other set as well. So who knows? Either way, this one goes together a lot better, and that's like a new kind of saddle. The saddle, it looks weird, but I don't really know what it is, but this looks nice. This is the first out of the four horse coats we're going to be getting with the Equestrian Festival this year. So to start off, we have a nice Blood Bay Connemara pony. So definitely very nice. Probably won't be buying this because I have way too many Connemara's, but it's a very nice coat. Okay, so here we have like a chestnut white pinto Swedish warmblood. It looks so nice. I love the markings on this horse. Definitely going to be picking this one up. Great job with this one, Star Stable. Can't wait. Okay, so here we have a chestnut and illusion coat variation. It's a very nice horse. I do love it. I'm just probably not going to buy it because I don't really like chestnuts in this game. And I also, again, have way too many Andalusians, but still, it's a very nice coat variation. Okay, so this is a Frisian or Frisian sport horse. It's a black and white pinto, and honestly, I think this horse is just so amazing. I actually was thinking of not getting this one because I have the other Frisian Sport horse with like the Appaloosa coat kind of. But now that I look at it more, they're just like so much different from each other. And honestly, I think I'm gonna buy it now. So that is 2 for 4 for this equestrian festival. And honestly, the coats are just so good this year. Great job with them, Star Stable. Okay, so we also have these random elf ears. I don't really know what they're for, but yeah, so we have those elf ears. Okay, so these are the new championship rank ribbons. So if you didn't see in one of my previous spoiler videos, we actually got another championship rank just like this, but instead of a butterfly in the middle, it was a flower and it was different color ribbons. So I wonder if one of them's going to be for the spring festival and one of them's going to be for summer days, because if it's one or the other, I think the previous one I showed with the flower would be for the equestrian festival, and this one that I just showed would be for summer days. So, if you want to see the one that's most likely going to be coming out the equestrian festival, check out one of my latest spoiler videos. But anyway, here we have the first rank. Here is the second rank, so it just added a nice little blue ribbon around. Here's the third rank, it just added a little green around the blue. Here is the fourth rank, it added a darker green around the lighter green and added a white outline around the blue. Here's the fifth level. It added a third ribbon going down longer than the other two that are going to the side. And then we added little tiny white ribbons around the center of the ribbon. And then we have all three ribbons even with a nice gold outline. And we added a gold ribbon around the yellow ribbon around the center of the ribbon. And then finally, they added a circle of white ribbon around the edge of the ribbon, then a ribbon circle of brown around the edge of the ribbon. And then we have all three even strands with a purple outline on two, and one of them being rainbow. So, like I said, this might be for like a rainbow festival coming back, or it could be for summer days. Who knows? But those are my guesses. And the previous one I showed is going to be for the equestrian festival, is my guess. So this is going to be a new pet we're probably going to be getting for the equestrian festival, and it's probably going to be rewarded from a quest coming out on the next Wednesday update for April 1st, as it's April Fool's, and this looks like an April Fool's type of pet. So, and my guess, the quest to claim this is doing the bouncy horse race that we're going to be getting on April 1st for April Fool's Day, which I will show you in the next spoiler. If you complete the race on your little bouncy horse, this will be the reward for that race. I think it's a very nice pet, probably something you wouldn't wear around, but if you're feeling silly, it's a very nice pet. And I think Star Stable did a great job, and I love how they're adding a nice little April Fool's present because they don't really do that anymore. So that's nice how they're doing this. Okay, so this is going to be the bouncy pony that we're supposedly going to be using in the bouncy pony race that we're going to be getting at the Equestrian Festival. As you can see, it showed all the gates for the bouncy pony. I honestly just think it's so hilarious, and I love how Star Stable's giving this to us. And also, if you haven't noticed already, the bouncy pony is in temp textures, so this is not what it's going to look like, but those are what the gates are going to be. And I honestly think Star Stable just did a great job. Like I said, this is either going to be the horse that we are going to be riding in the Bouncy Pony race, or it could be like an April Fool's a few years ago, where if you went to Big Bonnie, you could turn your horse into a car. So I wonder if that it's going to be like that type of thing, or if it's just going to be limited to the Bouncy Pony race. But I think the Bouncy Pony race isn't just unique to the April 1st update. I think it's going to be throughout the whole entire Equestrian Festival. You can do the April Fool's race, so that is very nice, and hopefully it'll reward some spring tokens as well. Okay, so that's it for the spoiler video, but now we have some more spoilers on the Bouncy Pony race and getting Sabine's horse in the game for star coins. Okay, so here is the description. Not long ago, a prize-winning Frisian by the name Kyria graced Jorvik's dressage scene with her headstrong nature, shining coat, and graceful moving. She was a force to be reckoned with until one stormy night when it all came to a halt. Kyra disappeared from her stables, search efforts engaged, and when all hope seemed to be lost, she suddenly reappeared. But she wasn't quite the same anymore. Rising from the ashes, Kyra now burns with a fiery glow, determination scorching within. Any rider who dreams of riding her must burn in equal determination and passion, for they must prove worthy of her companionship before she chooses to bond with them. Where and with whom she went with that fateful night, we may never know. But today, Kyra spreads her flames as she sprints across Jorvik. So that is going to be the description, hopefully for Sabine's horse coming into the game for star coins. So yeah, that is just a little leak I have for the description, maybe for Sabine's horse. Then we also have this. It says, "Welcome to the bounciest race in Jorvik. I, Mick Ahem, let me try again. I'm Piazzi Pony, and welcome to the bounciest race in Jorvik. Grab one of my bouncy friends over there, and you will be all set for some racing. This race is only meant for bouncy horses, so you can't race without one. Walkie-talkie? No, I'm Piazzi Pony. Now get racing." And then it says here, your horse will be transformed back if you leave the arena. So it looks like you click accept on the race, and it'll turn your horse into a bouncy horse. You do the race, go to the finish line, and then your bouncy horse will turn back into your normal horse. And this is going to be Mick Horse Festival. So it looks like Mick Horse is gonna have to do with something with the bouncy horses and stuff. So can't wait for this. This is just gonna be such a fun race. And I can't wait for this because Star Stable, you've just outdone yourself. This is just gonna be such a nice festival. Great job, Star Stable. Anyway, that is finally all the spoilers I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Remember to check out my other spoiler videos to see some pets and some more sets that are going to be coming out.